Hey, thanks for watching. This is John Hopkins, founder of GrowFunnel.com, and I'm going to show you today how to use GoSpiffy, which is a add-on for Infusionsoft that makes the order forms look nice on mobile and on desktop, and how to use that so that you can share the order forms on Facebook. What happens in its natural state, since the Infusionsoft order forms are kind of well, they're a little dated by themselves, and even with GoSpiffy, they don't have the Facebook meta tags that things that Facebook's looking for to grab the headline and this image, in the first bit of text, and those are kind of needed. So what happens if you don't use that? For example, let's just take this, and we're going to go here, just paste that in here so you can see what the preview looks like, and that's kind of ugly, right? It's got the text in it, so that's good, and this doesn't do anybody any good. There's no headline there, so you don't want to share that. It's not very pretty. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make it pretty, and what you need is for this example anyway is WordPress, one plugin and maybe a second one. And you need obviously GoSpiffy and Infusionsoft. So let's walk through it real quick. So GoSpiffy here, if you haven't used it already, you don't have it for your order forms. Probably you do since you're watching this video. But GoSpiffy.com, you can go there and check it out, sign up. It's quite nice. And if you're selling stuff online, it makes sense to use it since, like I said, Infusionsoft's order forms are, well, they're ugly. That'll change one day, but for now we're using Spiffy. And in this case, we're using GoSpiffy as a landing page. So here's an example of that landing page. You saw that a minute ago. It's pretty straightforward. You got the hero image of the city. This client of mine is doing these location-based events. And so you got this, and here's the order form. And so what we're going to do is the plugin that we need is this right here, Quick Page Post Redirect plugin. There's several plugins out there that do similar things. This is the one I like the best for this situation because it lets you add a redirect to the actual page and not some centralized location where you have to put in the target URL and where it needs to redirect to, and a big list. That's why I chose this plugin. And again, it's called Quick Page Post Redirect plugin right there. And so what you're going to do is you're going to create a page that has the same content as your order form minus the order form, and that's what we've done here. We're using Divi in this case, but you don't need to use, any theme will work. And what you can see here is all I did was copied and pasted all the content from the order form into the text area basically of this WordPress page. Additionally, this is the interface for the Quick Page Post Redirect. But you don't want to have this active right now. Let's go into the object debugger, and if you haven't used that before, the URL is developers.facebook.com/tools/debug/og/object. I'll put the link in the description. But if I scrape this, look at the scrape information for this page as it stands now, with the redirect on. It's going to give me some errors. So this is what it is. It says it's got some weird stuff going on here. And what's happening here is the redirect is happening before it's showing the metadata. That's kind of a thing with plugins. You don't have a whole lot of control over where it's going to inject its code into the source code. So there may be examples where this step isn't needed because we didn't used to have to do this second step. And that second step is basically to take the page itself, turn off the redirect, and also just to make sure it'll default in this plugin to be the 301 permanent redirect. You want to use a meta redirect. I'm not going to go into the details on exactly why that is, but just know that it's required to make this work. Okay, so we want to make sure this is not active. The redirect is no longer active, and you update the page. And once that stops doing its little spinny spin, you jump over here, you fetch new scrape information. And you can see it's got all the pretty stuff. It's got images. It's still got an @missing ID here. I'm not too worried about that. These are all the ones we want to see here. We've got the title, the content, the description, and an image. And those are all in there. So now let's jump over back over to Facebook, and let's grab where's that page? Here we are. I'm going to grab this link right here, copy link address. Jump back into Facebook. And remember what we saw earlier when we pasted this one here direct to the page. Now we're going to paste this here, and you can see now it has the picture, the image, and we're going to jump back into. Let's get rid of this for a minute, and we're going to go back and test this one more time because we're going to jump back into the page and turn on the redirect. Like I said, it stores this for 30 days. I think I mentioned that. Facebook stores it for 30 days. So if you need to go back and if you're going to have this page up for longer than 30 days and drive traffic to it, obviously you need to go back and just scrape the information again by turning this redirect off, updating it, jumping into the object debugger, fetch new scrape information, and then jump back and turn the redirect on. So now we jump into Facebook though. We've got that URL. And it's thinking. I need to refresh Facebook real quick just to get a clean slate. And there we go. So you can see here, this is the URL we're looking at is the URL, and now that it has the redirect on, it will still take us. And so you can see here, if we go to that page, paste that in here, take us here, it's going to automatically redirect us to the order form, and it's going to stay that way for 30 days. Obviously, you want to make sure that the content matches. This is kind of a shady trick, really, but we're doing it in a very much white hat way, where the content on the page that we're redirecting from that Facebook is going to see is the same content that they're going to see on the order form. It's just we're having to trick Facebook a little bit to make this work. Obviously, you can manipulate this, but what's the point if you're sending people to a page doing a bait and switch? People aren't going to be happy with you. You're not going to convert with your calls to action. So hope this helps, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if I just completely messed this up, or if this isn't working for you. Oh, I mentioned earlier that you might need one more plugin. In some cases, I find that the WordPress setup that we have, or our client has, does some weird stuff, and I still get those errors in the scrape information. So the other plugin that I recommend, and there's probably other ones that work great for this, is this Facebook Open Graph plugin. And basically what it does is it lets you manually override those settings. So if it doesn't find any scrape information, it should default to this other information that you provided that's kind of global to your whole site. So check that out. And once again, John Hopkins with GrowFunnel.com. If you want help with reviews, give me a shout, because I've got the platform for that. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.